Hello everyone, I'm surrounded by my packing and what you can't see is this is totally chaotic. It's mostly sequins and West Ham stuff. I'm confused, I don't know what day it is. How are you? For me, it's definitely been one of those days, and you know what? It definitely felt like one of those days for West Ham as well. Not much to say about the lineup. As expected, pretty standard. It's Moyes' strongest 11, no complaints. Thing is, I knew Brentford weren't going to be a walkover and this was going to be a tough game. That said, it was a really lacklustre first half from us, like genuinely lacklustre first half. Brentford were on it from kickoff. They were attacking, they were shooting any given moment. I mean, they had their first shot probably within the first, second or third minute. The thing I'm genuinely surprised about, that at the end of the first half it was only 1-0, because it was shot after shot. I don't want to single out any player. I don't feel comfortable singling out any player because I think as a collective, bar deck, I think the team in the first half weren't amazing. Soufal didn't have a good one at all. And you know what? He's not had a great couple of matches. Souček wasn't, but as I've said in past videos as well, he isn't going to be able to do the running he did last season because the man is playing so many minutes. He looks tired. You know, his legs aren't gone by any stretch of the imagination, but he's not going to be the same player he was last season when we are starting him as much as we're starting him, obviously with the extra games in the Europa now. Is it a case of what we predicted, that with the extra games, the more lethargic the team is going to be? And I definitely think for Souček, that's the case for him. Like I said, I feel bad singling out a player because as a collective, I don't think in the first half we played that well. We were just a bit slow. We weren't on it. But also, I can't blame us entirely because the ref was terrible. Genuinely terrible. Outstandingly terrible even. As shown by Brentford's 475th foul that didn't have a yellow card in the first half. It was frustrating. I didn't think it was going to be like that at first, but it turns out he was very pro Brentford over us. Again, another mistake he made. That was definitely a pen for Antonio at the end of the first half, like 100%. He didn't get the ball, he just got Antonio's ankle. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That should have been a pen. We were robbed there. Now, the second half, we looked better. We created more chances. We did struggle to finish them and we struggled to find a way through Brentford. Bowen had his chances at the beginning of the second half. He had two, and honestly, he should have scored. By the second half, we should have been 2-3 goals up, honestly. I find it frustrating about Bowen. That's the thing I do find frustrating about him, is he's incredibly fast. He's all over the pitch. He is skilled. He is talented. I can't knock him for any of those things. But sometimes he lacks the clinical skill when he is in front of the goal. It's not the first time he's done this. Personally, I think he overthinks the ball. I think he spends too long on it, and then by the time he goes to shoot, it's gone and he misses. And he's done that a few times. As I said, it's not the first time he's done this. And that said, as I said, we created many chances in the second half, but the ref was absolutely ridiculous. I can't stress how bad he was and how pro Brentford he was. He may as well have just been wearing their kit. He did remember halfway through the second half that he could book Brentford players, and they got, I think, 2-3 yellow cards in the second half. But not enough, because they were pulling, Brentford were time wasting. Not to take away from how good Brentford are, and I think Brentford are going to be one of those teams this season that are just going to kind of shoot up the table. They are good, but they did time waste. They attacked Antonio, with violence against Antonio, even their defenders, and they just would not get any cards at all from the ref. Brentford didn't have the same intensity in the second half that they started off with, and I don't think we massively took advantage of that. Bowen did get a goal with 10 minutes to go, and it was genuinely an absolutely banging strike. And to go back to my earlier point, when he was given the ball, when he got that pass, he didn't think it was a half volley and it just went in. That's my point. When Bowen gets too much time, almost in the same way last season I said about Antonio, when he gets too much time on the ball and there's an open goal, it misses, it flies over, or it goes off to the side. I just think there's an overthinking, and he didn't have that when he got his goal. I was excited, very excited. I thought a draw, especially in this game, and this game felt like after chance that we had, that it was going to be one of those days that we could literally play for another 3 hours and we weren't going to score. So I think it was just one of those days, and I would have been perfectly happy to take a draw. And you know what? I thought we would. I literally thought we'd have that draw. And no, because in the 94th minute, in a game that only had 3 extra minutes, Brentford scored. And I don't like blaming Fabianski. I actually don't like criticising goalkeepers. Number of reasons. When I played football, I was a goalkeeper, and I genuinely think that goalkeepers are harshly judged, very harshly judged when it comes to certain saves. And I will say though, with this one, he pushed it out right back into the danger zone. So yeah, I don't like blaming Fabianski. I don't like blaming goalkeepers, like I said, but I think that was a slight error on Fabianski's part. Now, I haven't said this sentence in a long time, but Moyes made 0 subs. Now, from people might disagree with this, and by all means, come at me in the comments for it. I feel like we should have made at least 1 sub. I mean, 2, to be honest, would have been perfect. We were lethargic on that pitch, and yes, in the second half we did play better, but we needed fresh legs. And after Bowen's goal, I actually think we would have really benefited from fresh legs to push on forward and get another goal and just to finish off that game, because I think we could have. I genuinely think we could have. Brentford were really good, but we were not really bad. So I wish Souček had come off for Krau, specifically because Souček, as I said, he's just very tired, and understandably we do have options, and it just makes me wonder, how much does Moyes trust some of the players on our bench? And I listen, before you do come at me, I know these players are new signings, I know there's a bedding in period, but Souček is very tired and very leggy, and yeah, I just feel like Souček could have come off. Krau is not bad, in my opinion, not bad at all. So it just makes me wonder, like I said, how much Moyes trusts the players he has on his bench. You know, like I said, we put the pressure on Brentford in the second half. Just wish we'd changed up the team, and I just wish we'd been able to finish the chances we created. And some of those chances were bang on chances. So that was frustrating. Again, the ref was hideous. He didn't help us. He really only helped them, and obviously that makes it harder. So I don't entirely blame the team. The ref was terrible, but it was a frustrating match because we had so many chances. As I put on Twitter, we were chances FC. It was just a frustrating one to watch. It just wasn't our day. It would have been great going into the international break on a win or on a draw. I really would have accepted a draw. Didn't happen. So I will see you after the October international break, where my background will be different, although I will still have Mark Noble behind me. And hopefully I don't have a northern accent, because that's where I'm going up north. So I will see you after Rice has done absolute bits for England.